Hello everyone, I'm making this video to give you a rundown of what kind of videos I'm planning on making for the remainder of the year and probably early on into the next one. The first thing I want to do now is make a details missed video for Blood and Wine, and in light of this, I have just finished replaying the expansion, so I can refresh my memory and get an idea of the things I want to talk about. I've also went over my old Blood and Wine videos, as well as the comments and messages you guys have been sending me about it, which are quite a few actually, as my daughter walks into the room. Кажи.
Мама има нова дрежка.
Мама има какво?
Нова дрежка.
Мама има нова дрежка? Каква?
Тази дрежка с лъва.
Добре, хайде, после ще я видя. Сега остави, че записвам нещо. Затвори! Right, so where was I? I've been reading your comments and messages, and I've actually learned quite a few things from them, so I will be referencing them in the Details Missed video. But anyway, Blood and Wine is big, right? There is so much stuff to mention. Admittedly, most of it is fairly small, but still. So I started making a list of the things I'll probably include in the video, and while I may remove some or combine a few of them into one, I actually got to just over 50 details on that list. So I'll have to figure out a way to do it properly. Making a super long video is probably not the best idea. Perhaps I'll make separate videos for some of the details. Actually, you guys should let me know down in the comments which format you prefer. I have to figure it out because my initial plan was to release the Blood and Wine video by the end of next week, which is the 20th of the month, because on the 22nd, the next expansion of Star Wars The Old Republic comes out, and if I'm not done by that point, it'll slow me down even further. Also, my new computer arrives tomorrow, which is good news, but I hope I won't have to spend too much time getting it all sorted. Anyway, even if I don't manage to release the details video by the end of next week, it'll definitely be done soon. And while on the topic of The Witcher, other than Blood and Wine, I've also finished all of the books, so perhaps I'll make a few videos about those as well. I'm still not quite sure whether I should review all the books at once and make one large video talking about, well, just about everything, or perhaps do one video per book. I'll have to think about this as well. For those of you who are wondering, I generally liked the books, especially the first half, or the first 2/3. There are some things I did not like too much, but overall they're good. What else? Speaking of the books, let's mention the Witcher Netflix show. Rumor has it it's coming out midway through December, and if that's the case, you should stay tuned for more videos about it as well. Once again, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be separate videos per episode, especially in case all of the episodes are released at the same time, which I think is the more likely scenario. But anyway, I will definitely be watching the show and giving you my often disliked opinions about it, at least based on the few videos I made referring to it so far. Hey Philippa, I wanted to ask you about...
What do you want?
Sorry, I just wanted to hear your thoughts about how Netflix is handling the Witcher show.
There are those who keep politics separate from their private lives, and those who do not.
And which are they?
The more boring of the two.
And in terms of Witcher stuff, that's more or less what I have in mind for the rest of the year. I want to stress that the Blood and Wine details video will not be my final Witcher 3 video. I may make parts 2 of White Orchard and Velen and whatnot, or perhaps stick to shorter videos about interesting stuff, but there's definitely going to be more Witcher 3 content from me, and you shouldn't worry about that. And as for the beginning of next year, before Cyberpunk, I may even get to play through The Witcher 1 and make a few videos about that as well. I'm a little ashamed to admit, but I've yet to play that game. Now, what about non-Witcher videos? I already mentioned Star Wars The Old Republic. My plan is to go through the expansion at least 4 times, 2 with a Republic and 2 with an Imperial character, one of which is loyal to their own faction and the other one isn't. I do hope there's enough content and variation for all 4 of these options. If not, well, I guess I'll make less videos, but I'm kind of excited about it. I enjoyed Jedi Under Siege, and I hope it gets even better in this expansion. I'll also play that new Star Wars game, Fallen Order, if that was its name, but I don't think I'll be making a lot of videos about it, if any at all. Now, other than a new PC, I'm actually getting my hands on a console for the first time since I was 6 years old or something and had an NES. It's going to be a PS4, still haven't decided between the Pro and the vanilla one, but I chose that platform specifically because I want to try the upcoming Death Stranding game, and if it's any good, and supposedly it will be, you should expect some videos in that department as well. It's coming out on the 8th of next month, if I'm not mistaken, so we still have some time before it. I'll also have to get my hands on one of those capture cards so I can record my PS4 on my PC. And I've saved probably the biggest thing for the last, which is Warcraft 3 Remastered. Possibly my most anticipated game for the year, of which we haven't heard a single word throughout the whole year pretty much, but it's still supposedly coming in 2019, so I guess it has to be December. Gee, I hope it's not very close to The Witcher show, but if it does not get officially delayed, it should come out before the end of the year, and I'll definitely be making a walkthrough of it. It should contain the remastered versions of both the vanilla Warcraft 3 campaign as well as the Frozen Throne expansion, so I'm quite excited about it. Warcraft 3 has always been one of my top favorite games of all time, just like The Witcher 3, and I'm really curious to see what Blizzard have done with it. Oh, and they're actually calling it Warcraft 3 Reforged, not Remastered. Anyway, I think that's all. Everything I talked about up until now should fill in my schedule for the rest of the year, as well as the first month or two, and then we're just waiting for Cyberpunk. While of course finding out as much new stuff as possible in The Witcher 3. Alright, that's all I had to say. Thank you very much for watching. Special thanks to my supporters on Patreon and my YouTube members, and until the next video, stay tuned and be good.